Rhythmrave Radio, you're listening to Denver's own homegrown. It's your boy Funk and Modesty. We're right here talking to another one of hip-hop's finest, Denver's local own, Bishop Kim, right here. What's up, my man?
How y'all doing, DJ Funk? How you doing, Modesty, man? I appreciate y'all having me.
We chilling. We loving the music, brother. Loving it. You going hard on every track I listen to. You going hard.
Oh man, that Kill 'Em track, right there. I listen to that, man, when I'm like working out or getting ready, like, you know, maybe take down the postman or something, man, when he ain't got my money on time or something. I just be getting raw with that track, man. But I love it. Let me ask you now, when I'm talking about that now, I have 2 tracks on that. The other one you had with J Money, and that's been going strong in rotation right now too. But now, is this on your current CD, or are you currently right now producing one that's about to come out?
Yeah. Well, me and Money got a project coming out together. It's just a mixtape, and it's us and a few local artists. You might know him. You guys heard of King Fo?
I have heard of King Fo. Yeah, I have.
Yeah, King Fo, Haven the Great, Max and Magic.
Yeah, I've heard of Haven.
Myself.
Yeah.
And J Money, of course, is called the Mile High All Stars.
Oh,
and
okay.
It's in January.
Oh, yeah. Man, you got to drop that to us, man.
Yeah, that's
a a lot of those tracks that you guys been getting from Money is actually off that mixtape. So
okay.
A good look for Denver. Yeah.
Well, when I did the interview with Jay, he told me that you do actually quite a bit of his production. So. Now, your skills already on the mic are already proven. We've already got that taken care of.
I appreciate it.
Now, what I want to know is, how are you handling the end as far as, like, the production end, man? Because I find that, like, something like, you know, with Kanye, these are some cats, man, they can step outside the studio and just do everything. How long have you been producing, man? How long have you been producing?
Well, I've actually started, like, you know, I say making beats and stuff and getting to hip-hop, like having fun with it. I started writing music when I was like about 11. But as far as like being in a professional studio, it wasn't until when I was 17.
Okay.
Actually, yeah. And I have a good friend. His name is DJ K-Town. He works for AO Dub out in LA for Roscoe Molly.
All right.
And he's really good engineer. He's actually on Power 106 right now.
Okay.
He got a song with Go Getters. Yeah, you can check him out.
Sweet.
Yeah, he kind of got me in, taught me the ropes, got me into my first studio. I was so actually the first studio that I was actually in was actually a quite professional one, out in LA from AO Dub. I know, and they had like tech beats, some engineers out there who taught me how to use Pro Tools, and I just brought it to Denver. Yeah.
All right. So, have you faced any obstacles with trying to go into this industry?
Actually, as you know, I'm actually Korean, so being an Asian rapper, what was funny is when I first came out when I was 17 on MySpace, I wouldn't put my pictures up.
Really?
A lot of people thought I was black when I was rapping and stuff like that. But, you know, it's like
be proud, brother.
Proud.
But it's hard, though. I understand what you're saying, man.
It's actually a benefit being Asian and rapping. I get more hits on YouTube.
Right.
And, you know, I used to not think of that way. I just wanted to be a rapper.
Right.
But now, like, the Koreans are coming up to me like, hey, you know, like, you're doing it for us. So like,
yeah, man. Well, no comparison, but I don't know if you remember this cat back in the early 2000s, Jen, but he used to, like, be on Freestyle Fridays, man, sometimes on BET.
I'm actually a battle rapper myself. Like, I'm a big fan of battle rapping. Like, Grind Time, Smack URL. A Grind Time battle, I'll be flying out, like, Soulja Boy's new artist. His name is Conceited.
Oh, okay.
You might have heard him on YouTube. And a lot of these top-tier battle rappers from, like, YouTube, Grind Time, coming out to Colorado. We're going to have a huge event. And I'll be battling myself. Yeah.
Who's inspired your career choice?
Financially?
Just who's inspired it? I mean, is there a celebrity, your father, your mother, just anyone?
I'll say my inspiration comes from my mother, I say.
Right.
As far as motivation, yeah, she's right there with me. I mean, and as far as like the music, there's so many good ones. I listen to everybody, you know.
Right.
Like I grew up in Oakland when I was younger, so in the Bay Area it was like the '90s. There was a lot of Pac, like E40, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mac Dre, yeah.
Now, well, let me ask you now, as far as like being from the Bay and now, of course, being here in the Denver metro area, do you find the hip hop scene to be a little bit more accepting? I mean, have you been back and forth to the Bay Area since that time, or have you just been here locally?
Yeah, I've been. It was more of LA,
right?
Like, I haven't been back to the Bay in like 10 years, but
okay.
I do travel to LA a lot,
right?
Because I got a lot of friends that live out there. But I mean, there's like ups and downs about being in a big city, such as the Bay in LA, just because there's so many other artists that are doing and that are actually talented. The population's big, but I love it, Denver, man. I'm a Denver diehard Denver Bronco fan. Buffalo Raiders.
You know you're a Raider hater.
I'm a Raider hater.
Even though it is rough to be a Bronco fan these days, man, but I love Broncos.
Well, you know what that situation is. You know, good riddance. That's all I got to say.
Yeah,
man.
good riddance.
That's all I got to say on that. That's a whole nother topic. But anyway, man, but on the real, man, now, do you have like a strong support system? Now, I know you said your mom is like one, but I mean, as far as like I know your boy Jay, he's one. I know your producers, but as far as like, I mean, do you have like anybody who's been in your school or anybody in your community that you've like had some support from, or who you like to support?
Yeah, I mean, I'll say as far as support system, like my friends, I love them to death. I don't even call my friends, they're my family, but
right.
I got a little entourage that go to every single show of mine. They don't miss not one show. Shout out to Royalty, that's my clique right there, man. Shout out to the Pinks. That's my PR too. Shout out to the Scoop. If y'all know who's Scoop, he's King Fo's cousin, but yeah, he's basically my manager, so I got a whole team that believe in me, man. I love them to do, man. They always be at my shows, support me. They don't ask for nothing, and they just believe in me.
So what are your goals in this industry? Do you have any short-term or long-term goals?
As far as, like, my short-term goals is to keep working hard. I mean, like, the internet these days and with technology increasing, you can't just be a one-dimensional rapper. You gotta be able to be, camera-friendly on YouTube. You gotta be exposed. Yeah, I just try to keep myself busy and learn from all these other artists as I go along.
Right. Well, do you see yourself doing in the future more of the production end, like just doing like what you're doing as far as like being on the mic right now? You might fall back and do more production for other artists, or do you see yourself taking more of the spotlight and growing and maybe letting other people produce you in the future?
I mean, as far as like my passion is probably on the mic. As far as like career-wise, I do eventually want to be signed to a major record label. Now, I know a lot of people like got that misconception, like, oh, you sell yourself out to a bigger record label.
Of course not.
I know,
of course not. Of course not.
Yeah, but I do want, my major goal is for my music to be heard. And I know that there are certain record labels that might want to change you, but there are those good ones that know what you want, and that will help you spread, your music. As you put,
Well, speaking of your music, well, how do you describe your music?
I'll just say honest and passionate. I just put so much heart into my music. I wouldn't really kind of like put it into one genre because I love all music as far as R&B, jazz, hip hop. I even grew up playing classical music, so
no doubt.
Whatever
No, we ain't gonna touch on this, man. You're not gonna walk away with this. You left the door open.
That's amazing. How can
I'm not trying to clown. I mean, actually, you know what, man? I find that to be impressive because not too many cats, man, can go into a studio and can't even tell you what a note is. So to at least be able to classify exactly what music is in general, that's impressive to me.
I'm impressed.
Yeah,
I love that. That's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it helps out a lot. And I actually, like you asked earlier, who my inspiration were.
Right.
One of them is my sister, because when I was about like 5, 6 years old, she used to play classical piano. And I used to always go next to her. I used to wonder what she's doing, and I was trying to figure it out,
So you have a really good ear for music,
right? Because I can hear that in your production, man. I can hear. I mean, for me, being kind of like I've done production a little bit myself, you have to have a certain ear for certain notes and for certain melodies. And I noticed that, man, that you have a way of connecting the beat with the melodies, man, and
the vocals. Yeah, it all comes together.
It's not just somebody just slapping something together, samples and all that stuff. I mean, you actually, you know, you actually got some production going on.
I appreciate that, but I try. I mean, I'm just trying to keep up. There's so many young, talented artists these days, and I just try to keep an open mind and learn as much as I can